Windows 10 is out and Microsoft is making it pretty easy to upgrade. Authorized users of Microsoft Windows 7, 8, 8.1 can get a free upgrade to Windows 10. Before it was even launched, Microsoft was reminding people to reserve their copy of their upgrade down in the system tray. Now they're pushing it over Windows Update, or you can go to the Windows 10 direct download tool on the web, get your upgraded copy, upgrade that PC for free, no additional charge, as long as you have a properly validated, legitimate Windows 7, Windows 8, 8.1 machine. Well, that's great. I want to be on Windows 10. Everybody that I know wants to be on Windows 10. It's one of the best OSs they've ever made. I don't know. Argue with me in the comments. But the issue I have is I want my free upgrade, but I don't really want to do upgrades of operating systems. It's much cleaner. I've done it for decades, since Windows 3.1, to repartition, reformat a machine from scratch, build an OS from scratch, and start that new generation of operating system from scratch. Disclaimer, obviously you got to back up your data before you do any of this, yada yada, outside the scope of this. What I want to show you though is a fresh install from a Windows 10 DVD with your free upgrade is quite possible. Not possible, it's pretty easy. It's just a two-step process. You do have to go through the upgrade process first and validate with Microsoft before it will allow you to do a from scratch upgrade and have that be validated. So pretty simple actually. You just go to the internet and you download the tool. That is, just say download Windows 10. Make sure that you're on the legit Microsoft site, not some phishing site. You got to know if you're going to use 32 or 64-bit Windows. Easy to tell. Just right-click computer and go to properties. Brings up your system properties. This is 64-bit, so that's what I'm going to pick. Quick shortcut on that. You could do Windows key, pause, break. Brings up system properties as well. So I want the 64-bit version. I'm going to click on that bad boy. Save it. Run it. Yes, I'm sure. So like I said, it's a two-step process. You have to do the upgrade first, then you have to make sure that it's validated, authenticated, activated with Microsoft. Once that's happened, that hardware, that particular machine is now authorized to run Windows 10 with Microsoft forever without a license key. It is already validated. So then at that point, you can use that bootable DVD, Windows 10 DVD, partition, format, build Windows 10 from scratch, and it'll be activated because it knows you're a legit user. So you have to upgrade first, then activate. Then you can do whatever you want as far as blowing the hard drive away, rebuilding from scratch from bootable DVD or USB key, and you're golden. So I could do that from here and say upgrade this PC now. It will download Windows 10, upgrade me. I would authenticate to Microsoft servers. Then I would have to run this program again and create the DVD. So I might as well not download the DVD twice, right? So I'm just going to create this installation media for another PC, even though it's for this PC. I'm going to pick my operating system language. I'm going to pick Windows 10 Home because this is a Windows 7 Home Premium version. It's not a professional, otherwise I'd pick Pro. And I am going to run 64-bit like I just showed you. Tell it next. If you have a USB key that's over 3 gig, you can use that. I'm going to use an ISO file of a DVD and actually burn a DVD. I'll show you how to do that. Tell it next. Where do you want to save that DVD? How about the desktop? That's fine. Okay, now we will be downloading. And we're almost completed with the download here. Then once this download is verified, it will build the ISO file, which we will burn to a DVD to do our upgrade, and then later do our actual from scratch installation. Okay, the ISO has been created. It says it's on the desktop. Finish. I can close Internet Explorer, and now I have this Windows ISO on the desktop. You can just double click it, and it will bring up the D drive that you want to burn to. I'm going to go ahead and throw a DVD in the drive. If you have a different program that comes up to burn ISOs, that should work fine too. If you're having a problem with this step, just Google how to burn an ISO. And we'll tell it burn. No need to put verify disk after burning. Okay, great. There we go. Our Windows 10 disk is almost done. It still says finalizing, but the disk has already been ejected, so we know it's done. But we'll wait for this wizard to complete. Cool. It says the disk image has been successfully burned to a disk. That's our new Windows 10 Home installation DVD. But like I said, we can't just boot to that and format and install Windows 10 from scratch because we don't have a license key. We need to tell Microsoft that this machine had a valid copy of Windows 7, 8, or 8.1 on it, so it's authorized to receive the upgrade. Therefore, we have to go through the next step of upgrading instead of installing from scratch. So I'm going to put that installation DVD right back in the drive. So I'm going to tell it to run setup. Yes. Okay, this first screen is saying, do you want us to download and install all the Windows Update updates along with Windows 10 so that when you get the operating system on your machine, it's complete? Or do you want to say not right now, like how Windows has worked up until this point, where it will do the installation of the canned operating system, and then you have to accumulate updates and patches using Windows Update or Microsoft Update in the past. The fact that we're not even going to keep this build on the machine is an easy answer. No, not right now. I do not need these Windows updates. And click Next. Okay, now we're faced with the End User License Agreement, the EULA. Yes, we're going to accept it. Choose what to keep. It said choose what to keep for a second there and then skipped right past it without me doing anything. There is an option under choose what to keep where you can say nothing, which gives the illusion, or may even be close to, a clean install, but it's not to that root level degree of partitioning, formatting, really rebuilding the unit from scratch. Okay, so here's where I can say choose what to keep. Keep personal files, apps, and Windows settings. That's going to be a standard upgrade. Keep personal files only. That's going to mean you're going to have to reinstall all your applications. Nothing, which like I said is going to be the closest thing to a clean install you can do without going through the whole upgrade then reinstall process that this video is illustrating. So we're not going to do, it doesn't really matter which one of these we pick. So I'm just going to pick the quickest and easiest one, which is, let's say, keep personal files. I don't have anything on there. Okay, that's our recap. Yes, install. Okay, this is the first restart. We're copying files. Okay, apparently the copying files section was done. Okay, the features and drivers section is complete. Now it says configuring settings. Alright, welcome screen. We're going to just use express settings because the whole point is just to get this thing activated so that we can install for our serious permanent install. This is explaining to us what their new applications are. Some finishing touches. Although I told it not to get Windows updates during install, it still has to get critical updates. Alright, we are up. This is asking me about setting up networking, and the first thing we want to do is see if this thing is activated. So I go to Start, Settings, and Update and Security, Activation. Windows is activated. So we are golden. Now all we have to do is reboot, boot to this CD-ROM drive, and we can install like a fresh copy of Windows. We can partition, format, install Windows 10 from scratch. But right now we have a functioning copy that is validated. We don't need a key because this snapshot of the hardware, my particular configuration, is stored with Microsoft now as a valid device. So we can format all we want, reinstall, and it will stay activated. So now we'll make sure that we have the installation media in the drive, and we will reboot. Windows 10 clean installation. This is a Toshiba satellite notebook. So to make it boot from the DVD-ROM drive, I want to hit F12, select CD-DVD ROM drive, press any key to boot from CD or DVD, it said, so I hit enter. Okay, language to install, English, time and currency format, English, keyboard or input method, US, next. Install. This license key, because this laptop has already been authenticated with a free upgrade from Windows 7 Home Premium, it will not require a license key to become activated this time around, so I can skip this. If you're installing a retail copy, you would put in your license key, of course, and user license agreement, aka EULA, click I accept, and next. We do not want to upgrade, we want to do a clean installation. So click Custom. Here are all the partitions that are on this drive. There's a recovery partition, OEM reserved, all this stuff. We're going to start getting rid of it. Let's just start clicking on them and clicking delete. Yes, I know, this is all gone. Everything's going to be gone. Make sure all your stuff is backed up. There's no undoing this. Remove all partitions until we're left with unallocated space. That's all that's there. We're going to keep that highlighted. No need to create new partitions or format them manually. If we just select this unallocated space now that it's just showing one disk, no partitions, nothing here, just like this, and click Next, Windows will know to format it and partition it for us. We are now installing a fresh copy of Windows 10. Okay, installing features is complete, installing updates is complete. Alright, asking for a product key again. Like I said, this particular laptop configuration has already been validated by Microsoft. My activation was successful when I did the free upgrade from Windows 7, so this is a valid machine. That's what allowed me to do this clean installation and not have to worry about a product key. So easy for me here to say do this later. Okay, I do not want to use Express settings because Microsoft gives away too much information or collects too much information. So I'm going to turn these off. And next, turn these off. Make sure there's not one hidden down here. Ha. Once again, this hardware is already validated because I did an upgrade from Windows 7 and made sure that it was activated. So I can just say skip or do this later. Do this later. I do not want to use Express settings. I want to use Customize settings. Turn these off. Do not want them tracking location, page prediction, error reporting. No. Next. Great. So now it wants me to sign into my Microsoft account. If you don't have a Microsoft account and you want to use just a local account, you can say create one. Whoops. Skip this step. That's what I meant to do. Put in your name and a password if you'd like. Alright, here we have a fresh, clean installation of Windows 10 Home. Recently just repartitioned, reformatted the hard drive. There is nothing. This is a clean installation. So the concern would be is we didn't put in a product key. So how is this going to be activated and validated by Microsoft? Well, let's see if it is. We can go to Start, Settings, Update and Security, Activation. Windows is activated. That's it. Awesome. So it's a two-step process. You have a valid copy, activated copy of Windows 7, Windows 8, or Windows 8.1. You use Microsoft's tool to upgrade to Windows 10 Home. Once that's installed, it's an upgrade, so it knows that that's valid hardware and that you had a qualifying operating system that was purchased before. Your system is on record with Microsoft, and now, as you saw, you can reboot, format, repartition, do whatever you'd like, clean install, come back, and it's still activated. Microsoft knows that this is your machine and that you had a qualifying product, whether it's Windows 7, Windows 8, or Windows 8.1. So hopefully that's helpful for you. I think it's the cleanest, easiest way to get a clean installation without having to buy a retail copy and have a product key. Hope this was helpful to you. Please subscribe and keep checking out my videos. Appreciate it.